Hello, Libs. Welcome back. This is Money Mirror Monday. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what abundance messages Spirit has for you today. All right. The current energy around your finances right now is the Four of Wands. This is going to be an energy of prosperity and productivity. All right. We have what's going to grow. Your finances are going to strengthen. All right, you're going to be able to manage and maintain your finances. They're going to be strengthened. Okay. I feel like, I feel like you may be feeling like you're stuck, or, there's one problem after another. Okay. And the idea of that is what's creating a block. But I feel like, for my Libras, that you're slowly but surely moving away from that. Okay. Yeah, there's some type of new direction coming in with, your finances, possibly about the way you manage, the way you spend, the way you save. There's some type of new direction coming in regarding your finances that's going to help you be able to shift, and create strength in the finances. Okay. There's something strongly here about, I feel like, this new direction with the finances is going to come from, a change of your emotion towards money. So there's going to be some type of exchange with emotions revolving around your finances. Okay. Yeah. It's like you've reached some type of breaking point with the way you feel about finances and money, and you're moving away from, you know, all of that, troubled water, all of those, maybe stress or, a lack of control revolving around money. Yeah, all of that is clearing out. You're ready to fight. You're ready to fight, for a better outcome when it comes to your finances. You're ready to fight. Um, Yeah, you're ready to fight, possibly. I feel like whatever this is, I'm hearing fight yourself, so maybe, fight your emotions, or fight it's something revolving around your emotions, around your finances. But you're yeah, there was some type of self-sabotaging that was going on around, the way you handle your money based on your emotions. Okay. And it was putting you in, pretty tight predicaments, maybe living paycheck to paycheck, whatever the case may be. But you're stepping into, a more structured and a more clear, like my Libras are getting more clear and fair with decisions around money and finances. So you are, you're moving with precision, structure. You're thinking rationally when it comes to your finances. I'm getting my Libras are They're thinking like yeah, you're moving in a manner, that is, so thank you, Spirit. So you're getting more mature with the way that you handle your emotions around your finances, okay? So this is creating a pathway for you to be able to adapt to the changes you're making in regards to handling your money better. I heard misuse, so probably you were misusing and misabusing your finances. Okay, well, now you're stepping into a place where you're becoming more mature, more intelligent with the way that you're handling your emotions towards your finances. And this is opening up or creating a pathway to achieve your goals when it comes to your finances. It's been rough, because you've been up against yourself. It's like it's like you're fighting you were so used to fighting yourself when it comes to finances. Maybe you had put a goal in place, but maybe didn't follow through. And so now you're back at square one. And then, you're back in that phase where you're like, wow, I really did XYZ with the money. And now I'm back here. And so now you're back in that phase where, you're thinking about the way you should have handled and used the money. And then it's like a cycle, it was like a cycle, like you're going back and forth in that cycle. Well, now you're coming out of that cycle. You're starting to take accountability and you're starting to move accordingly. Okay, you're going to be successful. It's going to balance everything out. It's going to put you in a very nice position. Okay, this is what you've been trying to achieve or accomplish. Okay, and you are finding ways to get outside of the scattered energy that's revolving around your finances, and it's bringing you into the Queen of Pentacles energy. Right, it's creating a change with the way you handle your finances. Okay, it's gonna bring in more. It's gonna expand you. Okay, I have my Libras who are mishandling the money very bad, very bad. But it had a lot to do with your finances were tethered to your emotions. Okay, so now we're starting to get a little bit more mature around our with our emotions and how it affects our finances. We're starting to move, strategically. We're starting to move with a clear and level head. Okay, so we're putting our responsibilities first, right? And it's creating a balance. Okay, I'm getting some of my Libras who are following that intuition when they go. I'm getting some of my and I feel like a lot has to do, like, especially like when you're celebrating, when you celebrate, when you feel like you're in a good mood, you go and you spend. So now it's like spirit, like I'm getting some Libras who are listening to spirit when you want to go and binge and spend. And so now it's like I'm gonna pull out that outfit I haven't worn out the closet and I'm gonna wear that, and I'm gonna just you know it's like your whole, like you're not feeding into the urge, as much. Like you're working on it, okay? And I get, for a lot of my Libras, it is a challenge for you to cut back. It is a challenge, but you're determined to follow your intuition, okay? Because you know that you have bigger goals, bigger dreams, and it's gonna have a lot to do with the way you handle your finances, okay? Also, some Libras out here too, not just about when you're celebrating, but even when you're feeling down or you're feeling sad, maybe you go and you spend as well. I'm getting a Libra who is, when they're sad or heartbroken or something that needs you, they're quick to spend, quick to, I feel like you're coming out of that energy of letting your emotions dictate what your wallet does or how you handle your finances. Yeah, you are, yeah, you have up, like you know what you want. You're tired of this cycle that's going on, because you get in a place where you're right back at square one, and then now, when you don't have as much as you should, then you're thinking about, how you should have handled the money. Yeah, there's some type of accountability being taken, and accountability being taken, and you accepting the part that you play and why your finances are the way they are. Well, things are getting ready to turn around because you're not playing with yourself anymore. You're diving in and you're doing exactly what you need to do in order to repair your finances. All right. It looks good for you, Libra. I'm very proud of you. Keep up the good work and take care till next time.